Double XL up in the paint, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man. Moving too quick, keep the cameras in the playback. Dang. So tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it. This right here your problem, you gon' have to deal with it. Lay it on the line, high risk, that's the meal ticket. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. No lies on facts. We gon' stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. Been way down, never falter. Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Careful, whatever you bring me getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need to hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
May I have your attention, please? This is a TFTG special announcement. Late Night Exhale is Club Exhale. Saturdays, 10 p.m. Be there.
Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, red like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he's sent for me. I keep the blood of the lemons my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically. Most of the tricks they be gimmicks, they mimic the truth. It's poison and we got the remedy. There is a bomb, apply it. The fire can stand to the tallest of giants. The tyrant and all the suppliers are scheming and lying. They selling us dreams and we buying it. Show me the chicken, I'm frying it. Show me the dough and I'm prying it. Ain't never lacking it, so what I'm packing, he taking it, he magnifying it.
They say you ain't bout it. Tell them that you finna make it, but they doubt it. But you rose like the flower. Tell me what it's like to live with superpowers.
I don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it.
Boom. Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans. This is Top of the Tailgate here on the TFTG network. That is right. This is the morning show So make sure you wake up, you grab your coffee, because we got a wild one this morning. How's everybody doing? Make sure you hit like and subscribe. It's going to be a great show, right? Like and subscribe. That's the first thing everybody should do when you get on this channel. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. We have a great show. I got my host already in the back, and we'll introduce him shortly. But before I do, as you saw on the graph on the channel, check out some of the other shows we got up in here. We got the El Capitan show going Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, even every once in a while, TMI Tuesdays, he's there. Check out El Capitan. You never know when he's going to pop up calling the show for the game and everything else. You got Coffee and a Cup of Color and myself, Ali the Persian. We try to go Monday through Friday for Top of the Ticket. We try. It is kind of tough to go all the time. But we try to bring as much shows as we possibly can. I also have Club XL on Saturdays. Be there 10 p.m. or be square. So definitely check out for that. In addition, we got the Shake Money, the Lewis with the drive times, with the smoke lounges, and all the other shows. And then you got KP with the fantasy talk, right? You gotta get in on that fantasy. Listen to what the man says. The guy gives great advice. I have a trade that I've offered soon. I will see if it's been accepted. Hopefully that person checks his thing because he made an offer. I countered. I want to see what he does. If he doesn't like it or he doesn't accept it, I might have to revert back, but trying to see here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. In addition to that, check out Crypto Show Mondays and Thursdays, Crypto in Color, and sometimes everybody else is on there with him, so definitely check that out. And then the OG, the man, the myth, the legend on Tuesdays, Tonks, TMI Tuesdays is back, so check out Tonk. Last night's show was banging funny. I'm not gonna lie. It was hilarious, so definitely check that out. But meanwhile, like it says, hit like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, right? We got a plethora of different shows and lineups that you're going to be seeing over the season. Definitely check out for that. We also accept Cash App, Venmo if you want to donate to the channel. Let's see if you like the content. We also accept super stickers, super chats. What else? What else am I missing? Oh yeah. In addition to that, if you really like the content, you want more exclusivity, check out becoming a member. It's the cheapest way, easiest way actually, and cheapest way to become to get exclusive content and to donate to the channel. When I say Amigos, which is three different levels, Amigos, a million, MVP. Amigos is like $3, I want to say, a month. So definitely check that out. You get exclusive content, exclusive emojis that you can banter with the Buffalo fans. This is Buffalo Week, people. So if you're in the chat and you're a member, use the Buffalo emoji. Use it. And if you haven't seen it, go to the emojis and check that out. This is a week. There's 2 weeks in the year. You should use the crap out of that emoji. This week and then the next game that we play Buffalo after this. So that's what you should be doing. And in addition to that, you get other various benefits depending on what level of member you are. So shout out to our members. You know who you are in the chat. In addition, shout out to some of our affiliates we got in the back. Check out the links below. You got Fanatics. Get your officially licensed everything like the strap hat I'm wearing, the jersey. If you didn't know, I was wearing a custom jersey made by Fanatics that has the Persian on the back along with my high school number, which was 89. So shout out to them. They were the ones that brought that made it for us. In addition to that, they always got deals going on. They always got, some expedited shipping or clearance going on. There's tons of deals. And the clearance stuff, if you look up just items that are on clearance or on sale, there's a ton of good stuff, like really good stuff. Sometimes you can even find jerseys that are on sale for like $50 or less sometimes. It just depends, but they have really good stuff there. Use the link below. It helps the channel out. Basically tells them that we sent you. You get all the same deals and everything, and it gives us some credit that we sent you and whatnot. So definitely use the link below in the description. In addition to that, check out Backroom Collections. Backroom Collections is a If you like canvas artwork, Backroom Collections might be for you. If you are remodeling your home, place of business, maybe you need a centerpiece to hang, no matter what area of your household or your place of business or your patio or your work, wherever it may be, right? Backroom Collection has a piece for you, right? In addition, they do custom work. They can help you come up with your own design, all that kind of stuff. Definitely check out Backroom Collections. They also have accessories for those helmets that everybody collects. So definitely check that out. And last but not least, all that stuff we talked about. Doobie energy drink, right? You're gonna need energy for all this content, all the stuff that we go through. Just doing the rundown, I need energy, especially every morning. So Doobie energy drink, it's all smash, no crash. It's infused with vitamins and minerals that are more beneficial to the body and the brain and whatnot. So definitely check that out. It has more of that kind of stuff than the other products. It has a lot less of that byproduct or harmful products that you see in a lot of these other energy drink companies. So definitely check them out. They have some amazing flavors, and if you don't take my word for it, check out Shake Money's show. Check out his videos. He has a whole video about his review of this stuff, right? He swears by it. Definitely check that out. And if you want to save 10% off there, or even 10% off at Backroom Collection, use code TFTG at checkout. All right? So shout out to the affiliates. Check out the links below in the description. Definitely check that out. And don't forget checking out tftgnetwork.com. Your one-stop shop for TFTG everything from our videos, our Twitter feed, instant Miami Dolphin news. We have blogs and articles already starting to post up, so definitely check that out. I have one that I was trying to drop it, but I had to add more information to it, so I don't like just dropping anything. I want to make sure I have everything, a clear picture of what I'm trying to say in my articles and whatnot. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know when it officially drops. What else? I think that is pretty much everything with the rundown. Let's go ahead and bring my co-host up here. He's probably like, man, bring me up, dude. What's going on? Yeah, I know, bro. I'm gonna bring you up here, and we'll play something like this for him. What up, Dollar?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
By the way, that's a possible 3 times a year that you need to use the buffalo emojis. But as long as we're using the buffalo emojis properly, it should only be twice a year.
Yes, it should only be. Exactly. That's right. Thank you for correcting that. I didn't think about that. Actually, I'm just thinking regular season. You know what I'm saying?
That's hopefully what we keep it to. If we use them properly, then that's the only time we'll face them.
Caller, are you on the road by chance?
Not yet. I will be in about a half hour.
Just so you know, this is our TFTG network weather report. Currently in Miami, it's 82 degrees. Today's high is 84. It feels, with the humidity, because it's at 84% already, it feels like it's 90 degrees in Miami right now, right? In addition to that, morning only has a slight chance, about 15% chance of rain. However, this afternoon, that grows to about 42% of rain and thunderstorms. So you'll see more rain in the afternoon and evening hours. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting day in Miami. Yeah, Color, I'm excited for this week. This is Buffalo week, right? That's what we're here about. And I'm going to turn this music down, viewers. Actually, we'll put some lo-fi music up. Yeah, here we go. Have that playing the black background a little bit. So yeah, Color, I'm excited, right? I'm excited. It's Buffalo week. There's so much on the line. Both teams are trying to fight for a footing within the division. You know what I mean? So much pressure on one team. There is pressure on our team as well. Let's get it right. Found it very interesting that we're not the favorites, though. After putting up 70 points, we beat. I just want to put this to perspective, right, Color? Because I was thinking about this. I was watching the AFC Roundtable, and shout out to TD and the guys that are part of that show, right? And if you didn't know, this last week, the recap that they just had on Monday, Ugly Do Wrong was on there, friend of the family member of the show. You know what I mean? Friend of the family.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he was on there, and he had some interesting takes as well. Buffalo,
He must have had a smile ear to ear.
oh, I've never, bro. I'm gonna be straight with you, right? Every person that is a Dolphin fan, face right now should hurt from smiling. Do you understand? Your face, my face, everybody's face should hurt right now of smiling. But yes, he had one of the biggest smiles I've ever seen.
Bro, the reason I couldn't go Monday, I was busy trying to pick my jaw up off the floor.
It's true, I was too.
Couldn't
Mine's
even talk.
at the stadium. That's how far I've dragged it. So, but the reason I'm shouting out their show is because
I couldn't even eat my ice cream on the promenade because I was like, man, I'm standing there and I'm like dumbfounded, man. You know,
Yeah.
I walked away from my seat at 56 points, bro, and I'm thinking, all right, time to go get some ice cream. You know, I watched another 2 touchdowns put up while I'm standing there. It's like, really?
I said it, dude. Listen. There was only a minute and a half left in the second quarter, and I was like, hey, let's try to beat the Lions and go get some beer, right? And there was a lot more people out there already because of how high the score was. But I'm sitting there waiting in line for beer, and sitting there, I swear we scored 2 more touchdowns just waiting there. And then when you were in the promenade, and I came down in the fourth quarter, because I just wanted to see one series with Mike White, you know, not thinking that he's gonna throw a bomb to
right.
to Joseph.
And that was at which point I was actually heading over to you to find out what you wanted to do, because people got to realize, look, I understand that some people take heat if you don't sit there till the clock hits 0. But if you've ever dealt with northbound traffic on the turnpike or getting out of that stadium, you realize that at 56-20, you're thinking, okay, or whatever it was, 56. Did they even score their touchdown till we got to 63, or was it like 63-13 at one point? I don't remember.
I think
either case.
Yeah.
When
it
you're
was
sitting
either
there
right before we got to 63 or right after.
Yeah, when you're sitting there with 8 minutes left in the fourth, and it's like, you know, or what? When actually it was like 14 minutes left in the fourth, and you already ran up 56 points. You're thinking, okay, I love my boys and all, but dang, it's a long drive home. You know what I mean? So I got up and I started to head to Ali's seat to find out, hey, you really chilling for the next hour for this, or you know what's going on? Before I even got there, it was 2 more touchdowns, man. I'm like,
yeah, we actually ended up staying to the end.
Yeah, well, we had to at that point. You know, you're not gonna leave at that point. You know.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I wasn't looking to take off early, to be honest. But the fact that we were up that high, I was actually looking to just go back to the car and unpack everything and party in the parking lot.
Well, hey, that would have been fine too. But you know, you get an early start on that. You know, receive the crowd and all that. But and that's what I was aiming to find out. But I never even got that far. You know.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you.
I got to the, like I said, I went in line for some ice cream on my way to see you, and yeah, next thing you know, they're putting the graphic up on the screen about about 72 points, and they're showing the highlights from back in the day. I'm like, what? This is unreal, man. And next thing you know, we're standing there on the promenade, and everybody's just looking at each other like eyebrows raised, jaw on the floor, like what? Where are we at right now, man?
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, Color, what I was just trying to get at before we get too off topic here. So the reason I was bringing up the roundtables because they had some interesting takes in regards to our team. I brought one of them up yesterday. Do we think, we didn't kick the field goal because we're playing Buffalo and he wants to bring them back to reality? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's legit. If that's something that we already scored 70, like you said. What's the freaking point? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I
Yeah,
thought of
what
some. I
difference
thought of
does
another
frequency
angle
make?
last night we hadn't considered before.
Yeah.
Is that sending a message to Buffalo? Like, we had to force ourselves not to score.
That is another take. That is a good.
We
good
literally
point.
had to force ourselves not to score.
Yeah. So there's that. Then there's also the fact that, you know, I've mentioned that with how much points we put up, there should be no reason why all these other games we're going to be favored. So therefore, it's a trap game for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Well, that being said,
Oh, we have a big old target on us now. No doubt about that.
they're still giving Buffalo 2.5 points over us. I don't understand.
But
that.
are they, Ollie? I mean, you get 2.5, 3 just for being at home. If you're talking X's and O's, we're favored by a half point, which is a pick 'em still. But
listen. Every single major outlet has us as the number 1 power ranked team in the league, right? Stephen A, Colin Cowshits or whatever his name is. They all have us at number 1, bro. If you don't have us at number 1, you don't really know football, or you're being very biased, right? And the fact that we still aren't favored in some of these games, even the away games,
right,
it's like, what are we doing here?
right.
What are we
Well,
doing?
you know, Vegas knows that. Look,
But here's the take. This is where I was going with the take, right? And I kind of thought about this when we were going back and forth. What was it, Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. We were going. Everyone was on here. I think it was Crypto Show, and everybody was going back and forth, right? Let's look at Mike McDaniel and the Miami Dolphins. And somebody said, "What have you accomplished so far?" Right. Well, let's actually look at this. We're 3-0, right? We're 3-0 against a team that was a playoff contender. So a coach that has playoff experience. So that's number 1. We're 3-0 again. That was number 1 game. We just beat back-to-back Super Bowl champion head coaches. Do you understand that? We beat the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Broncos with Sean Payton. So Belichick and Sean Payton are Super Bowl champion head coaches, right? And we just beat them back to back. Now, I understand their team might have certain things going on, but don't you think that as a person of that caliber, specifically Bill Belichick, right? Even Bill Belichick would never allow his team to lose as bad as Sean Payton did. You know what I mean? Sean Payton in his own right, I don't think has ever lost a game like this. Let alone, I understand his team is going through growing pains and they have a lot of holes still or whatever. That's besides the point. My point is that the fact still stands. We beat 2 Super Bowl champion head coaches so far. So that's what we've accomplished so far. Now, can we beat a non-Super Bowl head coach champion? I hope so. But that's something Buffalo Bills have never seen, a Super Bowl champion head coach. Well, they may have in their history. I don't know, Color. Have they had a Super Bowl champion head coach before?
Who's that?
The Buffalo Bills.
Are you being funny?
No, I know they haven't won the Super Bowl.
Oh, their coach. No,
yes.
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, in my recollection of who their coaches have been, I don't remember.
Because all them years they lost them Super Bowls was the same coach, Marv Levy. Like, they had Marv Levy for a long time.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
And then before that, it was somebody, I think, that's like the butt of every joke. You know what I mean? Which is usually par for the course for their team members.
I gotcha. All right, Color. Let's get coffee.
No, well, real quick, I was just gonna say that Vegas knows, bro. Like, okay, that's not like realistically. There was at some point in that game where football actually stopped. Somewhere around 42-13, I want to say. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, with the Buffalo game, it really is a pick 'em. They should be favored more. being at home and all that. At the same, and it is what it is. They're just look. I did the average of the last 3 games that we played them, starting in the Mike McDaniel era, and our average point differential is 2.6666 forever and ever. So them putting the line at 2.5 with Buffalo at home is about at just average. They're just setting the average. We'll see by the end of the week what the fans think about it. If that gets closer to 0, you know what I mean?
So our listen to this. So the Miami Dolphins Super Bowl odds. The Miami Dolphins have 10 teams ahead of them on the Super Bowl odds board, with the Super Bowl odds at plus 2,500 as of August. And I'm trying to find out.
Bro, you could have got plus 10,000 at the start of the year, man. Oh, can you believe that?
Yeah.
There's Dolphin fans that actually made that bet. I mean, it's not hard to throw 10 or 20 bucks on that bet at the beginning of the year if you got a decent job and take care of your bills,
So we're at plus 1,000, right? And the other team, there's only one other AFC team ahead of us, and that's the Chiefs. So, but then again, there's a Super Bowl.
I mean, Vegas is usually right in the long run most of the time. So you're probably looking at the AFC Championship game right there, and we're gonna get a nice preview of it in Germany coming up.
We'll have to see what happens with
I
that.
guarantee you, and I'm not saying it's going to be real, but at the same time, I'm not saying it's going to be faked either, per se. But I guarantee you one of these 2 quarterbacks will have some kind of swollen finger or something for that game in Germany, and we're not going to get to see that head-to-head matchup. Watch. Mark my words, dude.
No, dude. I don't think so.
It's going to be something... It's going to be something that nobody can blame the guy for. Like, no big deal. It was just a swollen finger, and then we get to see the actual matchup in the AFC Championship game.
No. I don't think so. I'll tell you why, Color. I'll tell you why. 1, it's too early in the season, right? And 2, primarily because of the fact that game has potential to break records in the amount when it comes to the financial aspect.
Well, I think it's already done that, bro.
Well, it has initially, but then when you get the worldwide,
people still watch. People are still gonna watch, bro. Look, Patrick Mahomes was limping around in their big win this week. You know what I mean? Just saying, man.
Well,
And how can you? Right now, I mean, if they can still get 99% of those returns without Patrick Mahomes playing. Then they can save that and milk that matchup till it happens in the playoffs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the reason I say that I think both are going to play is because of the fact that it's too early in the season.
Right.
You're not going to want to lose the footing.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm of course, this is an extreme take here, but yeah.
So, but in regards to the financial aspect of it, if I'm the NFL, I'm on the horn on both of those teams. You guys better play the best freaking team. I don't want to hear this over giving a guy a day off crap, right? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, because they're on the worldwide viewing of it, essentially, especially with what I know about the NFL in Europe. It's very big, right? They can make a killing in that one game, that one games, specifically because of the potential of what it does have. Being the fact that it could be a preview to the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? So that's why I think just look how fast those tickets sold. 1.5 million people were in queue to buy those tickets, and they sold in what? Less than 15 minutes?
Right. And I just don't think that, if they shelf one of these quarterbacks for marketing purposes, I just don't think it's really going to affect those returns. I think every TV in Europe is still going to be tuned in.
No, but I think people will be kind of. I think it'll hurt the long-term goal for the international stage.
People still love LeBron James and whatever team he plays for, even though he don't play when you get your tickets and go to see.
That's not true, though.
People still love the NBA, man.
That's not okay. Oh, I'm going to correct you on it because I am a Lakers fan.
No,
right?
well, you know what? This is a good
And when you
topic for
find out
another.
that
Like,
LeBron's not playing, that stadium does not. People sell their tickets and
no,
stuff.
what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the home games. I'm talking about when they're going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves, and there's that those fans that are LeBron fans in Minnesota that have been waiting their entire life to go see him play, and they get a ticket, and that's the night he chooses not to play because it's just Minnesota.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
It's a good topic for a deeper discussion on it. Down the road, man. I like this one, but go ahead,
but
man.
I'm just going to bring.
I
up
didn't want to keep derailing your show, but go ahead, man.
I'm going to keep going with this because you've already derailed. Let's keep going with this, right? So let's bring up this person, Lionel Messi, plays for Miami United, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tickets are being sold around the MLS for for the games that he's supposed to be in for $600 or more. We're talking about nosebleed tickets or tickets that are even in the supporter section. People are selling them for like $600 a pop.
Well, all I meant to say is that kid in Minnesota is still going.
Listen. I got offered $600 for my tickets for when he played, or he was supposed to play Orlando this past weekend. Guess what? He didn't play in that game, right? People were upset. People had to sell their ticket because they didn't want to make the trip. Why make a trip if you're not going to see the guy you paid all this money for?
Right, but now that's two people that have paid for that ticket now.
What I'm saying is that essentially the long term, we're talking about the next year, people are going to be more apprehensive and they're not going to be able to make that money.
That's what I contend. I think that it would still. I don't think it really affect that.
All right. That's what.
I mean, we'd have to measure it. I don't think you're wrong per se. Either one of us could be, could be right in it. But it just it seems like these leagues just sell no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what they do to the fans, people buy it, hook, line, and sinker. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
It seems like.
All right, so
I'm being cynical. I get it.
It's all good, Colin. It's all good. So let's not forget who we need to shout out, and that's the audience, right? We didn't do that yet. I wanted to get to that.
So we
got Heather Long up in here.
Yep.
So shout out to you, Heather Long. Morning, boys. 4:30 comes early. Man, you were here at 4:30 in the morning. We don't even start for another hour and a half. Damn. Let's see. Josh Allen is the next Brett Favre. Good morning. Mr. Pock's up in here super early. Good morning to you, sir.
Boy, those Buffalo fans are some dreamers, aren't they?
Yeah. Trucker Sean always here. Good morning, fam. Adam Padilla, how's it going, sir? Let's see here. That's Miss Newfoundland. How's it going? Great. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. V21, how you doing, sir? Scrappy is up in here. Fins up Winsy all the way from New Zealand. How's it going? Aquavision. Ooh, this guy I haven't talked to in a while. Jan Fins fan. How you doing, sir? Shout out to Costa Rica at 4:19 a.m. Woo. How's it going, Jan? Nice seeing you here. Welcome to the top of the tailgate.
Yeah, been a while, Jan. How do you like it? Man, been a long time. And a lot better results nowadays, Jan. Jan's a big Tua fan. Shout out to Jan. He's an OG. He's a Tua OG.
You have Mansa Chill. How's it going, sir? Adam Sadowski. Greg Neal. What's up, Greg? Roger Goodell's burner. He was agreeing with me, saying that I'm right.
Who's been much more cordial lately, I must say.
Marino's Goat. How's it going, sir? Rube. C. Hallful, Northwest Ohio guy. Lewis already up in here. Look at this. Good morning, fellas. Still partying my ass off in Vegas. 3:35 a.m. Bro, do you know how jealous I am? I was supposed to go to Vegas for my 40th, right? And I didn't even get to do that because of the whole stuff that was going around the world, right? I am jealous. You better party the hell out of there for me, bro. And then don't, give me all the good no, I'm just kidding. I was going to say give me all the good details, but we all know what happens in Vegas. Whatever happens there stays there. Let's see. Todd Labruto, how's it going? Yeah, I did. This is an interesting name. I like your name here. Who the fuck is willing to pay? Excuse my language. Who is willing to pay that for those nosebleed seats? Like, I don't understand what kind of fool. I've paid $225 for the front row seats to the Chiefs game. That was like $50 in fees. Fins for life. Okay, yeah, soccer, bro. It's crazy. I know when there was a game that got played here in Miami, and it was Barcelona versus Real Madrid, right? And if you don't know anything about soccer, those two teams are like the biggest rivals, and they had every time they play, they call it the Clasico and everything. Well, they actually played a game here that meant something in our stadium. It wasn't just some preseason game, and it sold out. And the tickets were going for anywhere between $600 to $900. And this is for nosebleeds, not including what's closer to the field. Those were like in the thousands. So you'd be surprised, bro. That's what I'm saying. Lionel Messi, I got people all over the place trying to get my ticket because I support a different team. I support Orlando, but they wanted to go to that game and watch it. You know what I mean? So soccer is crazy like that. Who else we got up in here? Papa Paul, good morning, sir. Great seeing you. There's a lot of people in chat colored this morning. Yeah, I think that's about everybody. Hopefully I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I think I saw
it's amazing.
Money.
It's amazing what winning does, bro. I've noticed, man, we're jamming this early in the morning now that people are excited. And, I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, I really think we're ready to contend, man.
We are ready to contend. And if you're just joining us, I see almost 40 people watching right now. Make sure you hit the like button. All right, so coffee of the week color. I'm still drinking Seattle's best. If there was a Miami's best coffee, I'd try that. What do you got drinking?
I am on Tim Hortons this week. I've got about 2 cups left.
Tim Hortons?
Nice. Yeah, I'll be picking up something different today, possibly.
I should have that Carolina Reaper laced coffee pretty shortly, my friend says. He placed the order a week ago. It should be arriving any day. So
I don't know, man.
Then I got to order that goat
what is the deal with that?
Like.
Do they grow the coffee in a Carolina Reaper, or I mean, I don't get it. Like, are you gonna actually taste the pepper in it?
Yeah, I assume. Let me actually find out. Give me a second. Hold on.
Why would somebody do that?
I think this is one of those challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone does. Let's see. Yeah, it's considered to be extra insane spicy.
That's really weird, man. I mean, I'm praying for you, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, it says this coffee is about to go scorched earth on your taste buds. If you can handle the insane pepper heat, you'll enjoy the bold coca notes, it says. It's considered extreme heat, dangerous, wild, spice head approved, 100% premium Arabica beans. It's gluten-free, 0 sugar. What else does it say?
Well, good to know it won't give you diabetes while it's burning your esophagus.
Yeah. So Atomic Menace, who's a TikToker, mentions that this is delicious, full body flavor with a very notable amount of heat, even for this discerning chili head. Wow. Chris and Carol Barrett, whoever that may be, says, hands down, the best coffee company, period. We're tired of all of them and just ordered. We've tried all of them and just ordered the new flavors to try them. They have Carolina Reaper, and then something called the Mexican chocolates are their favorites, they said. So this is the name of the company that makes this is called Roasty Buds. They have barbecue flavored coffee color. It's called Texas Barbecue. Cherry
Do they have
glazed
coffee
barbecue.
flavored coffee? That's what I want to know.
I'm looking to see.
Can't find the coffee flavored coffee.
Yes,
huh?
they do. They have classic
okay.
Colombian.
Oh, okay. So it's a Colombian blend. All right. All right.
They have something called single origin Mexican as well.
Interesting.
Fancy espresso blend. They have a couple different spicy ones. They have kind of spicy, extra spicy, and then extra
Kind of
insane
spicy.
spicy. And that's the kind I'm getting. There's even something called the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb doesn't sound too bad. It says, if you love dark cherries and smooth, bold coffee, this wonderful cherry coffee variety is perfect for you.
I've never had cherry flavor in my coffee. I don't know. That might be interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
I mean, I'm trying, Ollie. I mean, you know, Carolina Reaper coffee, man.
I do agree with Trucker Sean. It sounds like ass. I didn't go out of my way to buy this, right? My friend bought this as a challenge to me. He's into hot sauces, and
has he already drank it?
Has he drank it?
Yeah.
No. He just someone told him about it. He did some research and he ordered it for me to try. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it.
All right,
I'm gonna have a gallon of milk with me at the same time, you know.
all right. All right, okay. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
If I'm doing this color, you're definitely gonna do goat turd coffee.
Well,
okay?
I mean, yeah, but at least I'm not gonna burn
Comes
my
with extra
esophagus
turd.
out. You know, I mean, I don't know.
I'd rather have the spicy than drinking turds.
Besides, but see, that's the thing. You're not drinking turds. They just,
I know,
there's
I'm joking.
There's a process that you have to do to like open up the bean, and they just use the goat to do that instead of roasting.
I hear you. I understand. It's actually because of the process they go through. It's one of the most expensive coffees you can get. To be honest. That's why you're only getting a cup color.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wash off all the goat turd before they grind up the coffee.
I'm sure they do too.
Moms, I don't think they do. Mom says they just grind them up right there.
I love Trucker Sean, man. He says, "Oh hell no, got shit coffee."
Yeah, goat shit coffee. Yeah, dude, it's like
Aquavision is telling me that I should have a toilet nearby.
Oh, I saw it on a documentary. It's like $50 a cup in this gourmet store in New York City. It's like $50 for a cup of this stuff, man. And it's goat turds.
So coffee, I guess color. My best question is, should I drink this Carolina Reaper coffee with creamer or without creamer?
Probably with. I mean, you're probably not only going to have creamer, but like you said, a gallon of milk standing by.
Well, the gallon of milk is because I got to put out the fire, man. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I would just drink it the way you normally have all your coffee. You know, that way you're getting a fair.
That's how I'm going to do it.
You're getting a consistent, fair, control. You know what I mean? So,
watch, I end up loving this flavor, bro.
I know, right? I know.
That'd be crazy.
Like, it has just enough wang color that it doesn't really taste spicy. It's just like a little tingle while you're drinking your coffee.
Definitely. So cause for cleats color. Let's not forget cause for cleats. I supposedly stole it from Tonk, but that's okay. That's all right. I got Tonk's. I got the license to have cause for cleats now. Michael K.
Well, Michael K. stole his brain from a fellow Buffalo resident. So I mean,
that explains a lot. So today's cause for cleats is brought to you by TFTG Network, first of all. And today's cause for cleats is AD99.org. If you didn't know what that was, that's Aaron Donald 99 Solution Foundation, right? Their mission is to change the trajectory of under-resourced youth by providing education and resources in supportive and in safe environments so they are empowered academically, socially, and athletically. If you want more information about them, you can go to ad99.org. Again, that's ad99.org. In 2019, founder Aaron Donald, nearing the height of his highly successful career, which includes the most esteemed accolades in his profession, sought to launch an organization that helps give kids the opportunity to live out their dreams. Growing up in Pittsburgh's Leamington Belmar neighborhood, sounds like a law firm, Lincoln Leamington Belmar. You know what I mean? Aaron saw firsthand the positive impact athletics had on him and others. His experiences growing up in the community plagued with poverty and violence shaped the development of AD99 Solutions program and services. While our programs and services appeal to athletes, the emphasis is on something other than athletic ability. Our educational organization uses sports as a commonality and avenue to support under-resourced youth and communities holistically. That's interesting. Headquartered in the city known as the City of Bridges, AD99 Solution looks to act as a bridge connecting connecting undeserved youth and communities to what they lack most: resources and opportunities. If you didn't know, who needs this? 1 in 7 children of color are impoverished. 3 in 10 Black children reside in women-led households. Children in single-mother households remain one of the poorest age groups in the country. Only 35% of Black Americans have an associate's degree or higher, and 50% Black graduates complete college with nearly 50% more debt than their white counterparts. That's some interesting information. Their approach, AD Solutions, takes a holistic approach to development of under-resourced student athletes. They integrate evidence-based practices that are culturally competent, trauma sensitive, and strength-based. Not only do we support and educate student athletes, but also their social ecosystem, which increases the probability of positive outcomes for youths and adolescents. The AD99 Elite Student Athletes model is 7-dimensional, focused on mental health, physical health, social emotional development, identity development, academic development, cognitive development, and competitive spirit. The model prioritizes strong relationships with a student athlete's ecosystem of family, school, community, sports teams, and peer groups. Very interesting color. If you want more information about what they do, what different programs they provide, resources to donate, or anything, go to ad99.org. Again, that's ad99.org. So, if you didn't know, we don't have any connection with any of these Cause for Cleats. We're just providing information as a public service to make sure you guys are aware of these programs in case somebody that may need some help. Maybe they can benefit from some of these programs. We're helping them out. We're helping you out. That's basically what it comes down to. Any thoughts on that, Claire? It's pretty interesting.
Not really.
Okay.
It is pretty interesting.
Yeah, all of them are interesting. All the programs we talk about here, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's keep it going here. What is next on the agenda? What in the world? It's everyone's favorite segment, right? What in the world? And there's some weird ones.
What in the world is going on out here?
It's like it's already what in the world? Fox Sports says that the odds already have us as the underdog, 2.5 points after scoring 70. We'll see. We'll see about that. I know we're playing in Buffalo, but still.
Well, that
all
truly
right.
makes it a pick 'em, man. I mean, it really is a pick 'em, bro.
That is what it is. You're absolutely right. You know, I mean, things could be worse. We could be like the Jets here, you know. And if you don't know how bad the Jets are, some of these things actually will just kind
Well,
of
here
explain
again.
what's going on.
Well, here again, analytics wise, we got ESPN analytics having us 51% and them 48, but you got SI's analytics has that flip. The pie
Yeah.
chart's completely flipped.
Yeah,
So there you go.
That's pretty much what it is.
It is a total pick 'em.
Yeah, so in light of that, things could be worse. We could be the Jets here. You know, the Jets are starting to, implode on live television, just like how I predicted, and especially when they got Hard Knocks again. I thought that was the worst thing they could have done, especially when they're bringing in Aaron Rodgers. So listen to this. According to Wesley Steinberg, he's being told senior players and leaders for the Jets are arranging a protest at the facility if Zach Wilson is not replaced as the starting QB. They may even refuse to practice if the situation is not resolved soon. And what did they do yesterday? They brought in Trevor Siemian. Like that's any better. You know what I'm saying, Color? I really don't know
What in the world is going on out here?
Listen to this. To make
Trevor
matters worse,
Siemian,
look
huh?
at this.
Wow.
Yeah, look at this. To make matters worse, an anonymous player for the Jets threw a football at head coach Robert Saleh's head in practice earlier today, and a small brawl broke out before players and coaches stepped in. Things are falling apart in New York.
What?
Somebody threw the ball at Robert Saleh's head, bro.
They tried
Are
to
you serious?
march at him, dude.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I did kind
oh
of
my
question who
God.
this guy is. I did kind of question. I've been told by some of my friends that are Jet fans, unfortunately, that he knows some information, but you gotta take it with a grain of salt sometimes. So I'm like, okay. The only reason I'm showing this stuff to you guys is because the fact that these are the type of headlines that you start seeing with a team that's falling apart. You saw the game on what was it, Sunday, where Robert Saleh is arguing with players. You got your wide receiver arguing with coaches or your
I ain't never
quarterback.
heard of somebody throwing a football at somebody though, man. That's crazy.
I'm surprised whoever that person's still on the team, to be honest, if that's the case. Just saying. Because that's some messed up stuff. But as predicted, as I said, they would go flaming in Jet fashion, and they delivered, bro. They're burning out as we speak, exactly as predicted. So, shout out to you, Jets. I'm sorry. Let's keep it moving, though. So, this next one, Color. This is an interesting rumor. I want to know if you would actually consider this trade. So, they're saying that the Falcons will not trade former 4th overall pick tight end Kyle Pitts, despite rumors about it. When asked, a source told Slater, LOL, no way. Pitts has 9 catches in 3 games this season after only catching 28 last season. He has only 3 touchdowns in 3 years in the NFL and is being criminally underutilized. How do you feel about that, Colin? Do you agree? Well, let me just put it this way. First of all, if he was available, would you make the trade?
No. Spot answer, no.
No. So, regardless of his talents that he could bring and utilize,
I mean, obviously, it's all dependent on the cost. If it's like dirt cheap, then I wouldn't say just no. You know what I mean? But the spot answer would be no. I wouldn't trade for him.
Where's Shake Money on this? Because I'm with Shake Money. He's a Gator. Bring him here.
We could have kept Elijah Higgins if we were going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be fair though, in my opinion, Elijah Higgins has nothing on Kyle Pitts when it comes to the pure talent and what.
Well,
he
maybe
is
not. Well, maybe not. But we don't know that as a wide receiver. We didn't utilize Elijah Higgins. We didn't intend to utilize him for his skill set, which is a wide receiver.
But I don't think you would be using Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver, though.
Oh,
You'd
yeah,
be using
true.
him as a tight
True,
end
but
because
the
he
part
can
about
block.
right,
He
that's
does
what I'm
block
sorry.
very
Yeah,
well.
I'm sorry. I'm right. The part about being underutilized is what I would
Mhm.
be worried about. Like, it's not going to change here. You know what I
I
mean?
hear you. I just think that you know, I think there are ways to utilize him still, and he would be effective. Now I know we had the Gesicki experiment, and it didn't necessarily work out, so to speak. But I think this guy fits the mold better because he blocks better than Gesicki. And it also gives opportunity for that double tight end look that we've talked about because that's something we haven't really seen yet this year. I don't remember seeing a double tight end formation that we've ran so far. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And there
again,
might
I
be a
guess he would. I guess, of course, he's got some star power. He would help. I just,
yeah.
I'm not going to break the bank for him, dude. I mean, if it's an
Well,
easy
I don't think we should
situation to
break the
bring him
bank,
in,
but if we could get him for on the cheap, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? At that point,
yeah,
I wouldn't break the bank. To be honest, we're not in the position to break the bank at this point. If you are going to break the bank, you're going to do it on a different position,
right.
primarily
But
the
at the
defensive
same
line, maybe,
time, listen to what we're
or
saying.
yeah,
Kyle
or
Pitts.
yeah.
Kyle Pitts. You think Atlanta's going to let him go without a hole?
I don't think they get a haul, to be honest, at this point, because they haven't really utilized him enough to really build value. That's what I think. So
Right, but
I don't think he gets traded either.
how many teams? How many teams are already talking about it, or teams' fan bases are already jumping on it? See what I'm saying? It's like
I haven't looked into that. However,
the guy does have cachet beyond how they're using him in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Haven't really looked into the fan base, but there was a team that was rumored to be very interested, and that team was Dallas.
Right.
So
I mean, if they're looking purely on skill set, there could end up being a little mini bid war for him. You know what I mean?
And Dallas does use their tight ends a lot. You saw that with Dalton Schultz and company. So I think Kyle Pitts would fit there very well. However, I'm always looking to see find my team, and Lewis and I and other people have had conversations about this. About the tight end room. Doesn't look very good compared to the other offensive rooms that we have. And yes, you have Smythe, and I agree, he's tight end 1 right now in our room. But having Smythe and then having a Kyle Pitts, in my opinion, being tight end 1 and tight end 2, that looks really good too. So that's why
it certainly would make things better and easier, just like anything else would. At that level, absolutely. I mean, wouldn't hurt, I guess. If you're talking about F them picks and that kind of thought, which I don't disagree with. I mean, people are entitled to feel how they want about draft picks. If you're of the mindset of that type moniker of F them picks, then yeah, I mean, bring the guy in, get him. Wouldn't hurt.
This is his 3rd season, because he got drafted the year that we drafted Waddle, right? I want to say.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Because he was the guy that we were all thinking about picking up.
Could be the year we got Tua.
No, it wasn't the year we got Tua.
It wasn't. Okay.
No. It was the year that we got Waddle. Because what happened was we could have gotten Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. We ended up trading back and then up again. And we ended up with Waddle, which I think is the smarter move. Obviously, is one of the most efficient and productive receivers in the league. I still think we came away with a steal, to be honest. But having a Kyle Pitts style tight end is very interesting too. What was that again? Say that again.
I was saying that's the most efficient in the league.
The most efficient, yes. Maximizes every catch. Exactly. But we'll see. This season,
by the way, remember that trend just continued as well in the first game. Remember, he had like minimal receptions, but still got like 80 something yards.
Yeah, he maximizes every catch, bro. So I mean, he may not get all the receptions, but he sure get hitting some yards. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So that was kind of interesting. Just want to point that out there. This one is on the weird end color. We're going to the whoa. This is late night weird stuff, right? According to Dov Kleiman, is Tyreek serious? Tyreek supposedly said, and they have this is a video. I'm not gonna play it, but it says, "When I retire, bro, I really want to be a porn star. Very serious. You think I got that? Question mark. Tyreek wants to be a porn star when he retires.
I mean, wow. I mean, I'm already thinking. Okay. Yeah. Thai freak. I mean, already you get Thai freak. Yeah. I mean, you can already think of the plays on words there with this whole with this gig for him. You know,
Fastest night on the hill.
Thai freaks hill.
I'm just thinking of titles, bro.
Thai freaks hill.
Listen. Oh my god.
I found my thrill on Thai freaks hill.
I will say this. Everything that Tyreek touches becomes gold, right? Every team, his clothing line is pretty gold, pretty gold. His YouTube channel, gold. If he wants to go out and venture in that market, I'm sure it'll be gold, right?
Freak Hills. Hey, instead of Twin Peaks, it's Freak Hills.
Well, I don't know. So I mean, whatever floats his boat.
Hey, but yo, Freak Hill would be an awesome clothing line though. Freak Hill, but spelled Freek. You know what I mean? So you know it's from Tyreek. You know?
Oh yeah.
Freak Hill. That would be an awesome clothing line.
Fins Up Winsy says, "Hell, say bye bye to Hall of Fame induction." Kenna Rankin says, "When is Tyreek retiring?" Bro, that's a good question. So earlier on, when he became a Miami Dolphin, he had said that he could see him playing his contract out and then retiring. But the way he plays, bro, I don't think he's gonna want to retire, bro, because he's still faster than 90% of the league. Do you understand? The guy still looks just as good when he was, just coming into the league than he did before. It doesn't seem like there's a drop off in sight. Just in my opinion. What do you think, Color?
Well, I mean, the legit licensed porn industry is not illegal. I mean, why does he have to retire, right?
That's true. I don't know. No comment on that. I don't have a comment regarding that right now.
I mean, let's be real. That might help him into the Hall of Fame these days. As debaucherous as our society's become, that might help him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. I got one more for you guys, but I'm just checking something real quick. So, I just thought of something, Color. And this is a morning show. I can't really talk about it. I will talk backstage about this.
I can certainly see him parlaying it into a wrestling career, like him flying off the top rope, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. Let me find something, Color. There was something I wanted to find out for you.
His finishing move would be called the Freak Nasty.
Ah. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. Adam Padilla, I offered you a trade. I don't know if you declined it or not. Let me know. Put it in chat for fantasy. I saw your trade. I like the makeup of it. I'm trying to see what other options we have, but just let me know what you think. So I just wanted to let you know that because I saw you in the chat. So let's keep it going. I got one more for What in the World, Color. And this one is in light of what we saw with the Jets, starting to implode. Well, comes to the heart when it comes to fan bases. Check this out. A Raiders fan over 30 years says he's done watching them due to the effects that they have had on his mental health and the heartache it has caused him. He wrote in a letter, "This has taken not only my time and my money following this franchise, but it has also taken my mental health. Having a team who you've rooted for your whole life reward you with absolutely nothing but heartache is not something I want to keep doing." So I actually find it here. I have the full letter, so let me read it to you guys. "Dear Raiders, I've been a fan since the day I was born, September of 1983. Also the last time this franchise won a Super Bowl. At 9, I moved to the Philippines from LA, but I continued to follow the team. This was before internet, so I wake up at the crack of dawn and catch the NFL primetime to see if we had won or not. The 90s was a ton of mediocrity, from the gut-wrenching 8-2 to 6 straight losses after Hostetler's injury and missing the playoffs, to the hope that Gruden brought in the late 90s, which spilled into success in the early 2000s. Of course, I've always remembered celebrating with my dad when my favorite player, Seawood, hit Brady and caused that fumble to win the game, only to be overturned with the infamous tuck rule. Those days are looked upon now with great memories, even though there was much heartache." I think he was talking about Charles Woodson there. The last 20 years, though, the darkest of darkest days for any fan that has taken this once proud and winning franchise into laughingstock all the sports, year after year, draft after draft, free agent after free agent, coach after coach, GM after GM. We have been stuck in this vicious cycle, teased with a glimmer of hope, but then brought back into darkness again. A curse that seems to have no end. Yeah, that's that. He goes on to talk about it. It's color. I kind of feel like Dolphins can kind of relate to this in a sense. We've been waiting how long to get to the Super Bowl again? How long to make that deep run into the playoffs? What do you think? You kind of feel for the guy a little bit based on what we've gone through? I mean, he's made the Super Bowl most recently, I want to say, right? The Raiders did make it one year, didn't they?
I don't really feel for him simply because it's the Raiders. I mean, what did he expect?
Obviously, it's the Raiders, but we're talking about a fan that's been a fan of a team for so long. It's been nothing but mediocrity.
He chose poorly.
He chose poorly. Wow. Okay. Color's heartless. Let me tell you. So heartless. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, like, I kind of.
I mean,
Good. You were cutting out. What are you saying?
I was just saying, we got Dolphin fans. We got Dolphin fans in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we do have Dolphin fans in Las Vegas.
Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Yeah,
so
they didn't choose poorly. Yeah, they did. Right, and they didn't choose poorly. So why should I have sympathy for this guy that chose poorly?
Did they originate in Vegas or, let's say, Los Angeles at the time?
Well, no. Okay, Oakland, wherever. We got Dolphin fans up in California.
I know, but my point is, did they originate there? Did
Los
Angeles?
There? That's the question. No, they were born in Oakland, as far as I remember. And then they moved to Los Angeles for a minute, and then they moved back to Oakland before they went to Vegas.
Okay, I think you misunderstood what I was asking. I'm sorry, caller. What I'm asking.
The fan was the fan born there.
Were the fans born there? My question, because this guy was born in that area.
I don't know. I've met Dolphin fans in Missouri that were born in Missouri.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You're a Lakers fan. Were you born in LA?
No, I wasn't born in Miami either. So.
Well, there you go.
I see your point.
You chose wisely.
I see your point. More so for me though. I don't know. The reason I kind of feel for the guy is because we have gone through this cycle. We have gone through the fact that it's been how many years?
Right, and neither one of us felt the need to write a letter to the Dolphins telling them we don't want to be a fan anymore.
That's true. You know, I agree. I definitely understand.
I mean, if the guy wants to have a bonfire, go ahead. It'll be just less Raiders gear in the world.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel for, because he's in a similar boat as us. That was the point. Except that his team has actually had a little bit more success than ours.
Well, what happened to the black and blue, the silver and black, and the mystique and all that? I mean, you're just gonna throw all that away?
This guy seems to feel the need to. I mean,
well, maybe what? I just realized. Maybe I subconsciously, maybe I understand now why I'm being so harsh on the guy. I met this Raiders fan at the Denny's in Arnold, Missouri that I would go to regularly, right?
Okay.
Arnold's kind of a smaller town in Jefferson County, Missouri, right? And this Raiders fan was the guy that goes to Kansas City, to Arrowhead, and plays the part and dresses up with the shoulder pads and the spikes, with the spikes on him and all that. He's the one that goes to Kansas City to do that.
Okay.
His name's Rudy. And sorry if I doxed him, but anyway, go say hi to Rudy at Denny's in Arnold, Missouri. But anyway, so this guy would be appalled if he saw that letter right now. I mean, you know what I mean? In Missouri, playing the part as the super fan in going into Arrowhead. He's got fans like Chiefs fans that are fans of his that expect him showing up at the game every time they play in Arrowhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's like, I don't know.
I hear you. I
No
definitely
sympathy.
hear you. I get it. I understand what you're saying. I just thought it was I was more looking at the cycle and the mediocrity part of his letter, and I was relating to that in the sense that we've gone through that as well. You know what I mean? It's interesting to see a different team perspective, and then when you're reading about the team's success or lack of success and how you compare it to your team, and you're like, oh, I've had that time period as well. That's really what I was looking at. You know what I mean? Not to the fact that he turned his back on his team. That's his ordeal. He needs to think about it himself.
Right.
Choose
Right.
better.
Right.
I don't look at things that way. I look at it. I look at things the sense that his team has gone through coach after coach, which we've done. Right. We've had a plethora of GMs over the years. And what is it equated to? It's equated to, in the last, 40, what is 2023, right? So the last 43 years, we've had one playoff win, right? It was 2000 was the last playoff win, right?
Right. But to our credit, we did win a division. I mean, No, we didn't win. No, we didn't. We didn't win in the playoffs, but we actually belonged there, even though we lost the first.
I hear you.
round.
That I don't disagree with. But we have one playoff win in the last 43 years. In my lifetime, yeah, I have not seen a Super Bowl. Right? I have not. I take that back. I have seen a Super Bowl, but I was too young to even know what it was. Like, I was a baby, small baby. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Man, I really wish we had a licensed copy of Daddy's Home to play Monday morning. I can't wait.
Daddy's home.
I wish we were playing tonight, man. I'm ready to get this thing going on, bro. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Let's keep it moving. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. There's some interesting things in the news. Want to talk about?
By the way, real quick, TFTGnetwork.com traffic advisory. Y'all make sure, like, traffic's heavy everywhere. It's easy enough to do the traffic report, but make sure there's a lot of standing water still around. We've been experiencing heavy downpours for the past couple of days all across South Florida. And so there's still a lot of standing water around in your back streets. You know, be very careful. Don't be plowing through it on the brake. That's just dumb. It's going to make your car stall out anyway. You know, keep a steady speed going through the floods if you are forced to go through them. But just be careful. There's merging happening all over the place at a moment's notice because people are, you know, the right lane might be flooded out, so people jump over to the middle lane without you realizing they're gonna, all that kind of stuff. So everybody keep a safe distance in South Florida today. There's just water all over the place. You know how it is.
Yep. So Color said, make sure you stay away from the water. So make sure you do. Just kidding. No, but for real, I've actually done that.
Or bring a surfboard.
Well, this is what you got to be careful of, because if you drive one of those cars that are much lower to the ground, sometimes it's harder to see the water coming, right? When those flooded areas. Mm-hmm. So I was making, and I kid you not, this was like, I want to say 2007-ish, something like that. There was a tropical storm that came through Port St. Lucie, and there was certain flooded areas, which I knew which those were. But I was driving to work, and there's this one off street that you pull into, and then you pull into our parking lot. Well, the way my car sat, because it was my sports car, and it was much lower to the ground. I made the left into the street, but at the angle you're coming from, you can't see that water until you're already in it. You know what I mean? Sucked the water right into the engine. Engine stalled right there at the entrance to the parking garage. And I had to push my car into a parking lot. Right? It sucked so bad. I had water like flooding into my car at the same time. It was pretty bad.
Right. So, now, if you are in a more lower vehicle like that, you don't want to tail anybody. I'm not saying tail anybody. But it wouldn't be bad to have like a truck in front of you because they part the sea for you as you're going through, you know.
Yeah, but that is true. That is true. The other part of it, so the good news for me was that, and we did this in the parking lot. We took my front bumper off and everything to get to some of the piping and whatnot. Pulled out the two intercooler pipes, and the car like looked like a toilet was came flushing out. You know, really bad. And we were actually able to revive it back to life, and I was able to drive it home. Surprising. Wow. I was lucky because most of what would happen, that would seize one of the, it would really F up your engine. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Your engine pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, Colin, let's get it moving. We got about 45 minutes left for the show. I want to keep moving, specifically with Miami Dolphins specific news, because that's what everyone's waiting for. We got over 40 people watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Awesome.
So first, we're going to be talking about Devon, and I apologize if I don't say this right because I've been told that it's pronounced differently. I was saying Achane before, now it's Achane. I don't know.
Achane, like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced properly. So, Mr. Achane or Achane, I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I apologize. Just DM me or something and let me know how to say it properly. Apologize.
Achane. I'd say it's Achane. It's probably a little more SH than people realize too. I'd have to ask.
Yeah, that's
what
I was thinking.
You know what I mean? Like Achane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even the commentators say Achane, so that's what kind of threw me off.
Right.
So, this is according to Omar Kelly. The toothpaste is already out of the tube, which means there's nothing left to do but use it at this point. This is the second time he's used this toothpaste analogy, Color. He did it on Monday with a different article, and now we're back to this one. You know what I mean? That's the approach and mindset of the Miami Dolphin coaches, players, and front office figures need to take with Devon Achane's breakout performance in the Dolphins' 70-20 blowout over the Denver Broncos. When a football player, any player, or on any level, not just a rookie, turns his 22 touches into 233 yards and 4 touchdowns, he's clearly special. And special players should become a focal point of this offense. This is my second time ever having 200 yards, Achane said minutes after his breakout performance. My last time was at Texas A&M. I had 200 yards. This guy had 200 yards in a Texas A&M game? I didn't know that. Holy crap.
Don't even ask me who the opponent it was. I don't want to know.
So he had, in Texas A&M, he's referring to 215 yards, 2 touchdowns he gained on 38 carries in the Aggies' win against Louisiana State last year. So just last year,
Man,
on 38
I
carries,
thought it was going to be us for a second there.
What were you saying? Oh, you thought it was being against Miami?
Yeah, I just wiped my eyebrow. Yeah, I wiped the sweat off my brow. I thought it was going to be us.
Because, that was because, I'm sorry, Color, but according to the next thing, which is going to talk about Miami, he actually carried on 36 carries. He had 300 yards against you guys.
Shut up, Ike.
I'm just kidding. I had you just for a moment, didn't I? Almost. I look so serious. No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that. Let's keep it going with the article. I'm just surprised that he had another 200-yard game in college. I didn't know that. So shout out to Devon Achane. So anyways, he goes on to say, talks about the 215 yards, but that's old news. Welcome to the big leagues, kid, according to Omar Kelly. Achane surprises his own teammates. This year, despite only playing in 2 games, Achane's 11.3 yards per carry average leads all NFL tailbacks. It won't stay that high forever, but he's certainly in the conversation for the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year honors now. Yes, he's definitely in the conversation. Color, I mentioned this when we were talking about the game. Achane is one of the very few running backs to have 4 or more touchdowns in a regular season game as a rookie running back, right? There's only I want to say 3 people ahead of him. That's it. But he needs to continue to get at bats, he says. The biggest question heading into Sunday's AFC East showdown with the Buffalo Bills is whether Miami will continue to utilize the rookie. Our offense is speed, and we have weapons everywhere from receiver to running back to QB, Achane said. When we go out there and are clicking on all cylinders, we have something. We're capable of doing a lot of great things on this team. Sunday's performance should give Achane, who used his post-game interviews to correct the world on how to say his name. Okay, this is how you say it. Oh. So, Color, this is the official on how to say it. Are you ready? Color, you there?
I am ready. Lay it on.
It is not Achane, as in if you're spelling a chain like Chain. It's pronounced Achane. Chan.
Interesting.
Yeah. So thank you, Mr.
By the way,
Achane. I'm sorry.
By the way, look what my table placard number is at McDonald's this morning.
You did that on purpose.
No, look, I'll even prove it to you that it wasn't on purpose.
You don't have to.
No, check it out. Look, see, the thing is empty. It was the last one to take.
Lucky number 13. All right, so yeah, Devon Achane. So that's cool. An opportunity to provide his 4 touchdown performance wasn't a fluke or a byproduct of the offensive line's dominance. This is the NFL. This is different. It's not college, Teron Arms said, would tell the rookie during the build-up to the Broncos game, where he inherited the number 2 tailback role because Devon Achane injured his groin in the previous week. Achane's response to Armstead, the Dolphins Pro Bowl left tackle, was, "Say no more. and the Texans A&M standout clearly proved he's capable on his second NFL game, turning on his afterburners every time the Dolphins offense got him to the second level. And that's what world-class speed can do for an offense, and the Dolphins have plenty of it. To be able to come in as a rookie to do it just speaks volumes of types of character he has, said Raheem Mostert, the veteran tailback who mentors all the youngsters in the room. Time to invest in Miami's backs. The Dolphins have to continue to utilize the speedster because he embodies the future of the franchise. That means even when Jeff Wilson returns from rib and thumb injuries that got him placed on the injured reserve, and Salvon Ahmed's groin injury heals enough for him to return to the field, Achane should continue to get a respectable amount of touches. It also means the Dolphins can end their flirtation with Indianapolis Colts tailback Jonathan Taylor, who had demanded a trade from the franchise that drafted him and is eligible to come off the PUP list after next week. Why give up resources to add talented back when Miami already possesses the best run game in the NFL after 3 weeks? The Dolphins explained, acquiring every top-tier tailback available via free agency or trade this offseason, but can now put the team's resources and attention elsewhere to fill other team needs because the future looks bright at tailback and Achane's continues to develop. I just want to speak to that real quick. And some of you might think this is a hot take. No, I'm just trying to be real here. The Miami Dolphins, yes, we are 3-0. Yes, we have beat 2 Super Bowl winning champion coaches, head coaches, right? And a playoff contender. The thing you have to remember, though, we really haven't faced an absolute dominant defense yet, right? The Patriots defense, in my opinion, yeah, they were ranked top 5. Are they playing top 5? I can't say that specifically. I can tell you we have a very big test this week, and that's against the Buffalo Bills defense. I don't think they can keep up with our speed, no. But I think they can cause some damage for us, specifically against the running game. So what I'm going to tell you when it comes to that, I'm not going to make that prediction that we don't need to go get Jonathan Taylor or end our flirtation at bringing in another running back until I'm not going to say that everything's perfectly fine until I see it versus the Bills. The Broncos were not really going to be the biggest test for us, in my opinion, prior to putting up 70 points. And that proved, we put up 70 points. Come on. I want to see what they do in adversity and how those running backs handle themselves. But let's also not forget that injuries happen, and our running back room is injured already. That's why Achane even got the amount of snaps that he did. So I still think it's a room that we do maybe bring somebody in. Maybe it's not this season, but next season we're definitely going to bring people in for it, because I don't believe we would keep Jeff Wilson. I don't think we're going to keep Raheem Mostert for another year. I mean, it's possible we could keep him for another year, but he's already 31, going to be 32 before the season ends, I believe. So, I don't know. How do you feel about that, Color? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, unless they're going to start pounding him, then yeah, I think the need to still flirt with it, bringing some other support in is there. And I mean, look, at this point, it's just about support. At no point.
And what's wrong with having another superstar running back?
Right. I am not saying I don't believe in Mostert at all. Absolutely, he's been stellar.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we have stellar running back performances all year long. That's all I want.
And into the playoffs, exactly.
Right.
And into the playoffs. Here's the deal. I'm okay if we still go ahead and bring in Jonathan Taylor, and I'll tell you why. One, I'm looking at the long-term future of this team. A Jonathan Taylor move, I've said it before, and I will say it again, extends your window color. Because you think about it.
Ironically, well, I don't mean to cut you off, but ironically, Mostert performing well is actually proving our point that we've been making all offseason about the importance of not just the running game and all that, but the ability to do it the way we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Now, people were saying, "Oh, well, you can get that out of Mostert." Yeah, we know, and we're saying we want to keep that. We want to make sure we have the ability to do that. Given any issues with a 31-year-old running back, you know what I mean? So, it's not that we couldn't, and now that he is doing it, it just makes it even more clear how important our running game is, and the ability to do it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to lose that ability. That has every bit to do
this
with
is the
what
way
we did Sunday than anything else, man.
Yeah, this is the way I'm looking at it. You have Devon Achane's, you have him on the cheap for the next 4 years, right? This year and the 3 after that. You could go ahead and bring in Jonathan Taylor for next year, or at least have him. We don't necessarily have to trade for him. That's my point. Is there's a possibility that they could franchise him again, and then you have to trade. But if they do that, I don't think they get what they're looking for. So I don't think we have to necessarily break the bank. What I'm trying to say is that you could have 2 superstar players in the same position, just like we have on wide receiver, and it's okay because the fact that you have them on the cheap already, and then when knock on wood, it doesn't happen because I want to see the guy finish his whole career here, but let's say Tyreek Hill is gone, you still have superstar speed in various positions. You know what I mean? You have 2 capable running backs that you could have at the same time on the field, still providing an explosive offense and still be affordable. You get what I'm saying, Color? It's not too crazy. Just because you have one doesn't mean you don't have to have 2. They already proved it on receiver. Just because you have one doesn't mean you don't have to have 2. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I was going with that. So I'm not going to say that the flirtation should end. I'm just going to say that let's not jump the gun, because we got to take care of business against Buffalo, and that's going to be a real test. And when we take care of them, then we can start being like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable or whatever. But I still think it would be a smart move to bring that here, because we're talking about, we have this 2-year window. We have this year and next year, and that's it, right? You bring in a Jonathan Taylor, that 2-year window could be 2 more years or more years than that. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I was saying. Right. But let's keep it moving. McDaniel's obsession.
Real quick, I gotta ask you a question, Ollie, real quick, just in case there's a correction that needs to be made, because we want to make sure we're providing accurate information here at the Dolphins tailgate, of course, because some people get all in their feels if we
all right,
don't.
What's your point?
Did you say 1 playoff win in 43 years or 23 years?
23 years. Well, I may have said 43, but I meant 23 is what I was meant to say.
Okay, so even if you said
it was
43,
2000,
we're making a correction
2000.
right now, right? Right? Yeah, 2000 would have been 23. I thought you might have just sounded like.
I may have was thinking. I was trying to think prior to that, but it was 2000 when it was the last one under Dave Wanstead, and I'm pretty sure we played the Colts.
So we are officially making the correction here on the Fins tailgate.
Bro,
Michael
you do
K.
understand this show starts at. Is Michael K really is starting shit, dude? Here, I'm gonna ban him right now from the show.
No ban.
Bye, Michael K. You can go cry to your daddy, El Capitan.
He says 43, clear as day.
I put him in timeout, so I don't have to listen to him right now.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it's funny. It's Buffalo week. I don't want to hear Buffalo fans right this moment. So I just took care of it. Anyway.
He's gonna go yell at old crappy tan.
I didn't ban him. All I did was put him in timeout. Like I'm putting all
Ali can just time me out because he got the facts wrong. So now I get timed out because Ali doesn't know anything.
Bro. Whatever, bro.
That's what he's gonna say to him.
I get up at 5 a.m. to do this show. right? You know how tired I am? God damn. Why don't you create your own morning show and then you can get all the facts straight and then see who shows up? Do me a favor.
There it is. There it is. He says, "Nice gatekeeping."
How did he come back already?
No, I'm getting these from a different feed.
You're getting news from a different feed?
I'm getting his words from a different feed.
Oh. What, he text you?
We'll talk about it later. It's hilarious.
Okay. Gatekeeping.
They said exactly what I said. I get timed out because Ali gets the facts wrong.
You get timed out because this is the Dolphins channel. That's why. Not a Buffalo Bills or Buffalo Ho channel. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's keep it moving. So I want to keep reading this because I only got till 8 o'clock. So McDaniel obsession with Achane pays off. That seems to be the plan since McDaniel has been obsessed with the speedster who ran the fastest 40 time, 4.32 seconds, for tailbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. On the second day of the draft, McDaniel targeted Achane as a needed weapon and celebrated when he was still available with the pick at number 84. Owner Stephen Ross ended their draft day by remind the rookie, "Bring your speed, baby," is what Stephen Ross said. He's doing just that. McDaniel coached him up for sure. He's taken all the coaching and he's been very attentive and just really elevated his game, said right tackle Austin Jackson. I love to see that type of stuff out of him. It's nice to see him in a game for the first time. That was my first time seeing him in live bullets. Nice. Outside of universal understanding of how to properly pronounce his name, again, it's Achane, not Achane. All that's missing from the rookie is a proper touchdown celebration, according to his teammates, who collectively plan touchdown celebrations that McDaniel reviews in front of the team after each win. I've got to get Devon to do a celebration. He said he has one. Mostert said, "I'm like, man, you scored 4 touchdowns and you got to celebrate. Do something, stand out. We're going to work on that this week for sure." Oh, and the celebration practice color, our coach actually evaluates the celebrations. Can you believe that? When was the last time you heard that from a Miami Dolphins?
I don't know, but now how are we supposed to do the choo-choo if his name ain't pronounced Achane?
It's Achane.
I was doing the choo-choo in the stands.
I kind of like the Achane train, to be honest. I kind of like that.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe the Achane Bam, because he was bam in your face and gone. I don't know. Just trying to think.
No,
of
that's what
something
Michael K just got, the Achane band.
You said band. I said bam. I did not ban him. It was just 3 minutes. Calm down.
300 seconds.
I put you in a timeout without having to pay for it. That's all.
That was a long time. 300 seconds, man.
Or 300 seconds. That's what?
You know, he may come back and pay. He may come back and time you out, bro.
There's no timeouts on my own show, bro. Hey, yeah, and that's another thing.
Not even for money?
FYI, there are no timeouts on Late Night Exhale either going forward. I don't want that. Unless I'm not the host. If I'm there, it ain't happening. Sorry.
All right.
So you don't like someone's take, yell louder than they're yelling.
Well, if El Capitan overrides that and lets him time you out, I will host the show for you in steadfast fashion.
If he even thinks about it, then he can lose me as a team member.
No, he wouldn't do that.
I've been offered to go elsewhere.
No, you don't have to go that far. I was just joking, man.
I'm just joking too, because I'm not going anywhere. El Cap knows that. El Cap knows where I stand. Greg Neal says to just say A-Train. I like that. A-Train. But A-Train, the train sounds kind of cool too. I don't know. It's Let's see what else they got for us to talk about, Color. Or should we just answer questions from the...
See, now it's going to be the Achane Palm Tran. You know, that's not the same as a train, dude. Like, nobody takes the Palm Tran. Or they don't even call it the Palm Tran down in Miami, do they?
I don't know.
All
right, so that's pretty much all the articles that I have. There's really not very much that's interesting to talk about, so to speak. We've already talked about most of the stuff already. But this is Buffalo week. I'm most excited to see what our defense does to slow down the Buffalo Bills. That is something I want to talk about. We've seen from the beginning, it didn't look pretty. And as we move along each game, they've gotten better and better. The best performance, I think, was against the Broncos. But I want to see what they've learned in those 3 games put into action against the Buffalo Bills. I think the best keys to the game against Buffalo is to hold on to the ball as long as possible and keep it out of Josh Allen's hands. That's my key to the game. Less chances for them to score and more chances for us to score. That's basically how I look at it. I do think the defensive line needs to step up and get to Josh Allen in any way possible for him in this game.
And you know who that's going to be?
Who?
I'm calling it right now. A hot take. Cameron Good sacks Josh Allen this week.
I got a different hot take. It's going to be Van Ginkel. Hot sack. Big time. He's going to look like Thor slamming the player down.
I think this is the last time we can call up Cameron Good without signing him.
Right.
And I think we're going to find out the reason we drafted him.
How many times have we called him up this year?
Twice already, I think.
That's
maybe 3 times. But
maybe 3 times.
Yep, I think. But I think we might find out why we drafted him in the first place, because I'm telling you, he can hunt them QBs down and contain the edge.
Interesting.
And it can blow up lines of scrimmage.
Ooh, I like El Caps. Hot take. Emmanuel Ogbah becomes a game wrecker against the Bills. Yeah, dude. That would be really good. I still think X and Devon Holland and Kader Kahoud take care of business. I think Bethel is gonna, do something as well.
Bethel played pretty well this week too.
Yeah. Maybe this is the week that Vic Fangio shows us something that we haven't seen, that he said that he was going to show us. You know what I mean? Maybe this is when it happens finally. You never know. I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it against a big game like this, right? It's fitting the setting. You're going to flip the script on somebody. This would be the game to do it.
Another hot take. If we decimate them, big if, of course, but if we decimate them, Josh Allen gets a mysterious injury and doesn't play the rest of the year.
Flim Fan says, insert donation here. Oh, man.
He's voting with his dollars now, Ali. He's gonna say something like, he's gonna say something like, I am gonna donate to every show except for Ali's show. That's what he's gonna say.
That's fine.
He's so predictable.
I don't see a dollar anyway, so what's the point?
He's so predictable.
Listen. This is Buffalo week. If you did not expect this type of shenanigans, then what did you expect? Did you expect I'm going to sit here and take care of verbal abuse?
Michael K is the best sport we have around here. Just saying.
Wow. That's some weak game there, bro. I think the last time I used that word, I was in high school.
What's that?
I don't even want to say it. I don't even think I should say it's a morning show.
Oh, yeah. Wait, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to say that.
I'm just saying, bro.
Well.
Yeah. Well, your
mine does all the time,
parts
Molly.
also probably itch because, that whatever crazy stuff goes around in Buffalo Bills world, it must be going around.
Well, they're used to. See, I can understand though. Because up in Buffalo, I'm pretty sure they're used to people that look like you and me having those. So what can you say?
I got under his skin, bro. He's even calling me names now. Look at this.
I know, bro. I'm telling you, he can get a little feisty sometimes, bro.
Use my inaccurate words. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. It's freaking 6 o'clock in the morning, bro. I'm sorry. It takes me a little bit to wake up, and I was thinking 23, but I said 43 by accident. God, you know who else has said that?
I honestly
Even
thought
A.
you said
Smith has done that live on ESPN. You don't see people coming after him.
Well, that's because Michael K. don't watch ESPN.
I mean, Michael K., you wanted people to be so perfect. You didn't even seen perfect before. Not in Buffalo. Miami has.
That's okay. He's gonna see perfection this week. It ain't gonna be from the Bills. I'm just saying what I want to see. What I'm really excited to see this week is us taking Achane or Achane or Achane or whatever he wants to call himself, number 28, and just owning the Buffalo Bills defensive line with the counter traps, just like they used to own us with Thurman Thomas.
Bro, do you know how crazy that would be? You know how crazy that would be if that happens, bro. If that happens,
and Mike McDaniel's an intelligent guy. He knows the histrionics, I'm sure, of our rivalry. I'm sure he watched all those games growing up.
Chef How are you?
Right.
Good morning.
I'm sure Mike McDaniel watched all those games growing up and knows what they used to do with us with that K-gun offense and all them counter traps and all that, man. And he is going to put together a game plan.
Bro,
like
I made another
Levy. We're going to beat Buffalo this week with a Marv Levy game plan, bro.
Yeah, so I was incorrect. I apologize. See, I'm correcting myself again, Michael K. The Buffalo Bills have seen perfection of losing 4 straight Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being perfect losers.
Yep. So thank you for correcting me, all the people that did. I apologize. See how easy that was. I just apologized and, correct myself.
That's going to be so funny if we beat them with Marv Levy's stuff, dude. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Because we do use a lot of it, bro. I've already said, I've been on the record plenty of times saying that our offense reminds me much more of the Marv Levy offense than it does, some Shanahan West Coast.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is Buffalo week. Talk all the Buffalo smack you want. Throw up the Buffalo emojis for the members that are in the house. You can see them. The emoji is there. You guys will love it. But yeah, so anybody have any questions or anything you guys want us to talk about? Put it in chat. We got 10 minutes left. We can talk it up. Oh my God, dude, this guy's game is so weak, Color. It's not even funny. Chef Jew, I love it. How did he say it? Hold on, it was something like this. So the late Bray Wyatt had this saying after he would whatever speech he wanted to give, he'd look at the camera and say, Mudbone says, I say A-Train anyways. Kevin Holtz, how's it going? Or Kevin Hunts. So what's up, Color? How you doing? Looks like we lost Color.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Oh, I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
Good.
I just can't wait until we beat this team with a Marv Levy game plan.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Definitely appreciate that. In addition, if you guys have any questions, we got 10 minutes left. Put your questions in chat. Whatever you guys want to talk about, just put out the subject and we'll talk about it.
Another hot take.
Hmm.
Achane catches a 50-yard bomb from Tua and takes it to the house for like 80 yards. Like 55-yard pitch and catch, takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. Fly route from Achane. Thurman Thomas style.
Lil V 772. I am from the St. Lucie area. Shout out to you. So.
Yep. That's right. That's right. I don't care, man.
You think Brandon Jones gets playing time? We got questions now. Good. Okay. Yes, I do think Brandon Jones will eventually get more playing time. They have not utilized him in the way that I envision him in this defense yet. And that might be part of the reason that it's been kind of a slow transition. I think with a guy like him, he can play various different roles. You want him to be healthy, and I do think you're going to see a little bit more of him, to be honest. So I do agree with that. What was the next question I saw? What do we do with Jeff Wilson now? That is a good question. What do we do with Jeff Wilson? Well, we have how many running backs on the roster? Color 4. Technically, when you bring Jeff Wilson back, it'll be 4. I think we keep him on the roster. He plays out his contract. We know there's going to be injuries throughout the season. We need to make sure we have people there. You know, Shake Money's joining the channel right now. Shake Money, what's up?
By the way, that would be 5, including Brooks.
Interesting. When is Jeff Wilson coming back, and when is Nick Needham coming back? Well, Jeff Wilson, I believe, can come back. I want to say it's after game 4, right? After this game, I think he can come back. I have to look that up because it depends if he's on the PUP or actual injured reserve. Because depending on how they put him there, sometimes you have to wait till week 7, or at least 7 games or something like that. Or it could be the first 4 games. I have to look that up. So I could be wrong about that. In regards to Nick Needham, I don't know. I haven't heard very much. I have to look into that.
No pun intended, but do we need him?
Do we need Needham? I would say yes. I think we should. We do want him back. You want to have your depth there, because I kind of feel like if you actually look at the secondary and what they're doing, because of the injuries we've had, I don't think that they're rotating, nor do I think they are playing certain players in their proper position effectively because of the lack of depth. You know what I mean? So if you bring Nick Needham back healthy, you have Brandon Jones, and we finally get Cam Smith going, then I kind of think you'll start seeing a fine-tuned rotation. Speaking of Cam Smith, man, I hope I hope everything's okay with Cam because I was hoping to see him already, and we haven't seen him at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some people say that, I could see he needed help or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that's BS. The guy was getting pass breakups every single day of practice. He was able to cover, keep up with them. You know what I mean? He had one bad game where he got blown up really bad. That was it.
Well,
Beyond that, that didn't happen.
To be fair, if our problem was in the secondary and not giving up rush yardage, we probably would have seen him by now.
That, to be fair, yeah, that is true. That is true.
I mean,
yeah, Myles Gaskin
still having
was cut
issues
again.
at linebacker tackling.
Yeah, they brought in Myles Gaskin to Vikings, right? They cut him, and then they turn around and brought him back, and then they cut him again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Myles Gaskin is a very particular type of running back, and I honestly think he's completely always been used in the wrong way. The only place Myles Gaskin would succeed, probably would have ever succeeded, is New England.
Actually, Flim Fams, Michael K, if you're trying to make sure that we're 100% accurate, so do you. Keep yourself at 100. You're only 50% accurate here. He says Port St. Lucie, the armpit of the shithole state. No, that would be Panama City, first of all.
Technically, it is.
Technically, what is?
Panama City is the armpit.
Yes, it is the armpit.
And more so around Big Ben.
And when neighbors are rewarded for ratting out on other neighbors for violations. This is a good point. That's where you were 50% accurate. That does happen here in St. Lucie, unfortunately. Go ahead, what you were saying, Shake. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. Shake money. Color.
Oh, okay. If we're talking shithole states, everybody know New York is the shithole state, and we all know Buffalo is the asshole of the shithole state. Not the armpit, the asshole.
Damn. You got to keep it 100, man. Let's see.
I just want to bring up two things. Number one, I agree with you. Bring Kyle Pitts home, and number two, I just want to say, don't forget tonight. I'm going to be praying the McDermott press conference, and Red White Mills is going to be on at 7:00. So I just want to put that out there. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna still keep listening though.
Thanks, Shake Money. You're welcome up here anytime you want, bro. No worries.
Thank you, brothers. Later.
No worries. El Cap asks a good question. Does Miami Dolphins roll out the Cater on the boundary, or do they give Eli Apple the chance? Well, yes and yes. I think at some point you might see Cater Kahoo on the boundary, but I could also see Eli Apple there as well. He does have experience against the Bills, in one in which they won an AFC Championship game. Not saying that means anything, to be honest, but it is very possible. I don't know. What do you think, Colin?
I'm sorry.
What do you think about what do you think happens? Cater Coup on the boundary, or does Vic Fangio go with Eli Apple again? I said yes and yes. You could see both at some point.
I mean, yeah, it's rotational at this point, but I guess it depends on how the situation, how important it is for the boundary corner to be able to tackle on a given situation. You know, like let's say if Fangio was expecting some kind of pass or run out to the flat or something, then I would want Cater there to make that open field tackle. But other than that, I mean, that's Cater's superpower, bro, is open field tackling. So, wherever you can utilize that, you're going to try to get him in the game.
So Lil V says, Ali and Color, we Dolphins need to stop the run game and contain Diggs. If we do that, I feel like we're going to win the game.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
So here is the deal. I do think we need to contain Diggs, but at the same time, I think we need to contain Josh Allen, regardless of his flaws over this year. And, somebody, I forget who it was talking about it last night, that they have not used Josh Allen in a way where they're using him for his rushing ability this season. He has a lot less rushes this season compared to previous years, and that's accurate. But he still has the ability, is basically what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, what kills you is when he acts like he's going to run, takes it to the edge of the line of scrimmage, and tosses the ball to somebody. That's what really kills you.
Yeah.
It's hard to contain that. Of course, because the league, I guess, is going to let him go 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage now, too, I guess, as we saw, last week. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. The guy's entire body and the ball are over the line of scrimmage, but they can't call a penalty. He already does enough of that not going over the line of scrimmage. And look, I keep saying it was proven it finally this week, before we put up 70 points, that you get out to a couple score lead, and that's the key to containing their running game and Josh Allen, because it allows you to pin your ears back. Now, of course, you can't pin your ears back against a guy like Josh Allen as much because he's a runner himself, and you could expose yourself in that regard. But when it comes to getting out to a 2-score lead, quickly, it does still limit even the running quarterbacks. I mean, you still have the ability to get after it and not have to concern yourself with the designed runs, if you know what I mean, like handoffs and Josh Allen himself. But again, I think the guy's elbow is hurting. I think just like, the dings and bangs and bruises of NFL career pile up, and he is not wanting to run like that as much anymore. But he doesn't have to still be deadly in that regard. He only has to do it in a couple well-timed situations to keep the ball, and that's what's going to be tough to defend. Scoring cures all. We score and we keep scoring and we keep scoring. It doesn't matter what they do because they can't keep up.
So I want to keep Michael K 100% since we're trying to be perfect here around these parts. Michael K said, and let me find the comment, something to the effect that the Bills have a 5-year wait list for season tickets, and Miami has a telemarketer group that is trying to beg people to buy tickets. No, we're actually sold out. We sold out last season. We're sold out this season. We have a 2024 waiting list on right now. So, sorry, man. Got to keep it 100. Got to be accurate. Just saying. Christian Wilkins is going to be all over Josh Allen so badly, he's going to have hickeys all over the back of his neck by the end of the game.
Another thing, too, Buffalo has a 5-year... Buffalo has a 5-year waiting list because that's how long it takes their system to process ticket purchases.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they also have a 5-year waiting list because as soon as they get on the list, they move to Florida and people can't get a hold of them.
Well, that's when your equipment is still running, Pentium 2s, you know what I mean? It takes a while to process all those ticket purchases.
Pentium 2s, oh my God. I don't even think I had that in high school.
Do they even have computers in Buffalo? Or do they still do everything by punch card?
I won't be surprised if they do everything in punch card, to be honest. But let's keep it real. So I do agree. Christian Wilkins is going to be all over Josh Allen. If he's going to have a breakout game, it's going to be this game. It has to be. We need the defensive line to show up in a big way, bro. And it's not that I'm concerned with Buffalo's running game at all. I'm not worried about that. It's more of the fact that create the havoc on the offensive, on the defensive line, pressuring the quarterback, sacks and everything. That will help the secondary out in the sense that it'll create turnovers and be able to get off on third down as quickly as possible as well,
All
or
right.
after third down. So that being said, yeah, that's the keys to the game for me is hold on to the ball as long as possible, because every time that Tua has the ball, you know it's money. And then in addition to that, keep the running game going. And then for the defense, create havoc on that defensive line. That's what I would do.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
If
So
I ever
anyway,
heard one.
what are your keys to the game? And I'm curious, Scholar. Do you have any keys? And then
Jump out to a quick early lead
Uh-huh.
and pin your ears back on defense. And, of course, execution. Look, man, the keys to the game, it's really easy. You know, with what we saw last week, you'd think it's really easy. Just do what we did last week, right? Now, obviously, it's different defense. But I'm not so sure that we can't make them look like fools with the way we're running things on offense. So, you know, you got to keep the ball. That's important. You got to keep Josh Allen off the field. The more 3-and-outs we have, the more chance we have to win. It's that simple. I know it's just, you know, it's such an even game. It's just play your best football, you know. I think Mike McDaniel has a good enough game plan to win. I think Sean McDermott's probably got a good enough game plan to win, you know. And it's about who executes at the highest level. And it may really come down to a turnover. We got to get turnovers. Turnovers for us is probably the key to this game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the key is turnovers. And also, that's the other thing. The one reason that we lost both of those games by 3 points, by the way, Color, I thought about this, is when we had the ball with ample time when we were leading, we couldn't run the clock out. With the run game, I think we do that now.
That's literally how we've lost every game, bro.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
That is true.
You
Now
know,
we have that ability.
I've been saying it all off season, man. You know, and the other part about cashing in yardage for points. You cannot go on a 12-play, 90-yard drive and kick a field goal against Buffalo. You just cannot do that. They will own you. You know what I mean? Because they're going to do the same thing and put a touchdown up. Now you've got a whole quarter. You got a quarter and a half of the game is gone, and they're leading 7-3. No, we can't be having that, bro.
L Cap says, word on the streets, Sean McDermott spends his free time in public saunas wrestling strangers. I heard that he spends his free time at public baths trying to get all the shit off of his body, since everybody in Buffalo wants to spread all that excrement all over themselves. That's what I heard. So, anyway, make sure you guys hit the like button. It's after 8 o'clock. It's my time to go. Final thought, real quick. Quick fire, Color. Give it to me.
Game on. Bring it on. Let's go right now. Line up and start playing right now, guys. I'm ready to get it.
Well, my final thought is, listen, everybody, make sure you hit like and subscribe and keep it chilling, because as long as we're here, we know one thing is for sure. Buffalo sucks. Peace out.